Today nothing happened again, but that's not the point. The point is this: I still expected something to happen. A human cannot remain still. The mind interprets immobility as a threat because uncertainty is the rawest truth that the brain cannot tolerate. Staying in uncertainty may not be the same as losing control, but to the brain it triggers almost the same alarm. That's why when the mind is left in emptiness, it rushes to create a story, an expectation, a possibility, and maybe. When I woke up in this morning, I felt as if at some point during the day, life would leave me a small sign, nothing big, a message, a sound, maybe just a sudden clarity inside me. It didn't happen, and I keep looking toward the next step, because humans, for some strange reason, are terrible at staying in the present. Now is not a safe place for a human, because now doesn't allow excuses. Why does a person wait for something to happen? Because feeling is the cheapest form of feeling in control. While waiting, the brain says, I haven't decided yet. It is not too late yet. I'm not responsible yet. That's why waiting is a kind of psychological postponement, a way to carry hope without taking risks. We don't thoroughly intervene in anything. We don't take risks. We don't change direction. But deep inside, we feel this, as if we are still in the game. While waiting, it seems like we are not passive, as if we are standing in the right place, remaining silent at the right moment. But all we are really doing is making immobility seem reasonable. Waiting gives a false sense of safety, because the one who waits suspends responsibility before the outcome arrives. They refuses to judge themselves. This is the mind's way of shielding itself from the pain. Waiting looks like the most harmless way to delay disappointment. If something happens, they say, I knew it. If it doesn't, it wasn't the right time. Protecting the ego. As if by waiting, we have a secret agreement with what is meant to happen. As if life has seen us, taken note, and placed us in line. Hold on a little longer. We tell ourselves, your turn will come. But life doesn't hand out queue number. Life doesn't recognize those who wait. Still, we wait, because waiting is less frightening than taking the wheel of our own life. Controlling is hard. Waiting is merely postpones the feeling of loss. In the city, this is less noticeable. Noise suppresses waiting. Calendars, crowds, constant streams of sound. All of them are ways to mind distracts itself. But here, in silence, waiting stands naked. And like everything left naked, it unsettles us. We are always in later, because later is safer than facing now. Because now asks the question, what I am doing. Evening comes, the day ends. What I was waiting for still didn't arrive, but time did, and it left. Perhaps the most painful truth is this: while waiting, time passes, but we think we are living. Because if the mind is busy, we believe we are alive. Yet sometimes being busy is simply a quieter form of escape. That's why people wait, because waiting is the safest way to pretend that we are living. Yes, today nothing happened again, but I saw more clearly what is waiting really is.